Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. So everyone that's new, this is off the cuff video, guys. What does that mean? I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills going on. I don't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if something happens out of my control that's interrupts filming, I can just hold filming, sort that out, and then carry on. These weekly Wednesdays, you guys ask me questions, I answer them. It's primarily model focused, and it's primarily GW stuff 99% of the time. There is terrain questions every so often, and some information about myself and what's going on around the workshop, because we're all buddies. I'm grateful for every single one of you watching. So for everyone that's looking at this that isn't subscribed, guys, hit the subscribe button. It costs you nothing. It takes 2 seconds. Turn your notifications on, because it helps channel in a big way, and it makes the channel grow. And the more the channel grows, the more stuff I can do for you and bring you. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. Now, interesting times this week. Just to remind all you guys, I'm still doing commission painting, terrain, and less builds. Now, break this down. The painting, I can either paint it battle ready, I can either paint it to a point where you then come in and just dry brush it or shade it or whatever last little touches you want to do to it, or I can paint it so it's start to finish. Battle ready, start to finish, or just to the point where you can add your own little touch to it. Custom terrain pieces, no problem. Let's builds. Why would someone do let's builds? Because they may not have the time, the space, or they have the time and the space, but they have little ones around, or they have animals that like to climb into cats. I'm talking about now. They like to climb over stuff and all that silly craziness. It's easier to get someone else to do it. Again, if you guys are interested, if you need help with anything like that, just comment below, let me know. We'll talk on Messenger and stuff like that and sort stuff out. Well, I have no Imperial magazine still. I actually got a letter from them telling me that the payment didn't go through again. So the last time what happened was the payment didn't go through, and then when they went to try and take it for a second time, the next lot of issues were sent out. And it looks like the same thing's happened again, which is a pain in the arse. I hope that's not going to be the case every time, because the money was there, so I don't know why they didn't take it. I don't know. So unfortunately, this tax still hasn't arrived, which is really frustrating for myself, because there's a lot of, I don't want to be too far behind on that. So I'm bringing that to you, and then it's like 2 months behind. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Back to work. This is a joke in itself, guys. I predicted this months ago that they would manage me out the job by moving me to another section that the hours are not suitable for childcare or anything like that. Now, I've been off sick for the last 2 months because of mental health stuff, and I had a meeting yesterday, and my transfer is going through. I'm being transferred to a closer store, but in the meantime, it might take 2 weeks for that to happen. But in the meantime, I've been told, if you've got to be with us for a week or 2 weeks before you go over there, in that time, you're going to move to this department where the hours don't suit. There'll be late shifts all the time, which is fine for doing all this, but not for childcare, because the wife works late shifts as well, and she works late shifts because my work put me on early shifts, and now they're changing it around. So as far as I know, transfer's going through, and when that happens, everything should be plain sailing from there. But I said to the store manager yesterday, so what shifts do you want me to work this week? I've got nothing for you this week. I've given you I can come back to work, and you won't give me no shifts. It's still beginning of the week. So it looks like another week of me doing bits and pieces, which, you know, poor me. But it just frustrated me and annoyed me, because it frustrates me and annoys me because they make things as difficult as possible, and there's no need for it. But that's what's going on with there. So you might see content being fired up over this week. You might see extra videos. You might see, I don't know. Hopefully, I can get as much on as possible. It's been too long. When is the next battle report? Well, we wanted to play next battle report when I finished those tiles, and those tiles have just been dragging on and on and on. Primarily because I haven't been left alone to do it. But I mean, this week, 2 days I've been out. So Monday, little one was at the hospital, and she doesn't have to wear her foot splints or anything like that anymore, which is fantastic. Just do a 20-minute exercise a day. That's it. So it's absolutely fantastic, as opposed to wearing those horrible things for like 23 hours a day. It's absolutely fantastic. But and yesterday I had the meeting, and I had to go from that store to the other store to drop all the paperwork in and come way back, and so I haven't had much time to work on that terrain. But what I had to do was mix up a new underspray bowl, because the one I have comes out black like underspray, but it's coming out like it's not spraying out as a mist, it's sort of spitting out, which tells me there's something in the nozzle that's blocked and pain backside. So I actually made a new one. Now some of you say, what's underspray? Because there's a lot of new people here. Underspray, you get a cleaning bowl, square bowl, obviously when it's emptied, you fill it up some water, put it back in, squirt it out, clean it all out and all that business. Then when you take the lid off, there's a little tube that comes down to go in the bowl. You stick that off at the bottom, so it doesn't sit at the bottom of the bowl when you put it back in. You fill it up with water 3/4 of the way, something like that, just so 3/4 of the way, but it's about around 3/4 of the way. Give it a couple of squirts of PVA glue. Then you put some bluing, some blacking, some blue wash, purple wash, you know, whatever colours you want. It doesn't have to be, I always go for a dark, I try and make it as dark as possible, so it gives it a black undercoat, but it doesn't have to be that. You can put purpley colour or bluey colour, or it doesn't matter. You put the lid on, give that a good shake, give it a test squirt. If it comes out too runny, there's not enough PVA glue in there. If it comes out and it's too thick and there's no flow to it, yeah, you want it to flow but not be too like runny, then you know you add a bit more water, because the paint is only there to give you the pigment and the colour on it. And what do we use this for? Is spraying polystyrene or foam or anything that's going to be sensitive to a spray can. So where you work polystyrene and you're finna mix it and all that, if you come in with a spray can, there'll be bits of it that you've missed, so the spray can will find that and just start to melt it. Whereas with the underspray, it will find that and just illuminate that, and you won't damage the polystyrene at all. So you could give it a little touch of filler afterwards, or you could just leave it as it is, because sometimes with the polystyrene, depending on the gradient, when you put the filler onto it and you spray it down, where you can see the little polystyrene balls, what that looks like is stone with the plaster over the top, and it's worn away over time, so it gives a nice effect. But the underspray as well is literally 2 minutes done, as opposed to with the brush an hour and a half painting each. You know, it's a good time saver, especially for undercoating, because you're going to spend, you think when you see the boards you'll know, but when you think you're spending say an hour painting it with a brush, then an hour painting this piece, then an hour painting that piece on it with the brush. Whereas with the underspray, it's 2 minutes done. You probably give it 2 coats in a day, depending on how warm the environment is. And then after that, you can spend your hour painting it, your hour doing this, and then dry brushing it, and it can be done. just for me, I just haven't had the time and been left alone, essentially. Guys, like I said, the boat as well. Sorry, just jump on one question. So that's why there's been no rep report, sorry, because we want to get those finished. I want to get those finished so we can play on a 9x9 tile of those. So it's my fault that it isn't done. There's still some space for me to get done as well, painted up, and I just haven't had the time to do those. But hopefully, I say by the weekend, hopefully. I don't know what's happening with work yet, and I just got a funny feeling work will call me up lastminute.com and say to me, "Oh, can you work today?" And I'll be in the middle of doing something, and they'll be like, "I'm doing this, I can't." And I'll be like, "Oh, but you said." I want to get that finished. I'm aiming to have that finished within the next couple of days, but again, it's if I'm left alone. Right, to the vote, guys. Last week's vote was for the pipes. I knew it would be. I knew that would be. So I played it up, and some great responses because I'm quite pleased with it. I wasn't too sure on the Wildcard green at first, but now it's done. It's like, oh, actually, yes, that's quite nice. And putting them up against everything else, it just looks perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm gonna, when I get this done and they get the battle report, that'll be in the battle report, because it's just, it is. They are very, plastic terrain is absolutely fantastic. You can't fault it. It is fantastic. But at the same time, saying it, making your own terrain, you can literally do what you want, and it's great. But to see them both on the table together is just fantastic. But anyway, so don't forget to vote, guys. I'll show you that, bring you down, show you the vote this week. And I don't think I've actually added anything since last week, have I? No, I don't think I have. Because I haven't finished that unit of blood letters yet. I ain't even started any more of those. We've been trying to do bits and pieces over this side, trying to do bits and pieces over there, and just been doing a few of the lead guys. So got like this guy here. You'll see, don't worry if you can't make him out now. He is actually a Space Wolf Rune Priest. But don't worry, when I come down for the boat, you'll see there's a few of them floating around. So when I'm doing stuff, I'll just turn and super glue a couple of bits and pieces together. The aim is to get them done just before I'm going to do stuff, or just before I'm going for a little break. And I just sort of base it out and all that sort of jazz, but don't panic. Just waffling on to myself now. I do apologise. What do you think about the new World Eaters? Fantastic. I see the models the other day, and wow, they're very, very, very nice. I think there's going to be quite a few new World Eater players just based on those berserkers. I do hope that they release some corn World Eater type vehicles only. Like Wildcard had the bloat drones and all that sort of stuff. I hope they do that for corn, for the World Eaters, which would be fantastic. But I do like them, and I'm interested to see what other models they come out with as well. Right, I'm also doing a massive kit bash at the moment. I think inspired. I just had the urge to do a kit bash, and sometimes that happens. This is one piece I'm using. There's two pieces. Okay, there's a lot more pieces that I'm using. I actually have a big, you see that big pile of bits. I'm not using every single bit of those sprues, but I'm using this bit and that bit, this bit and that bit. So I've got a plan in my head of where it's going to go, and I'm going to film it for you guys, don't panic. But it's just, I started getting the pieces together yesterday. I was undisturbed. I mean, I had to go there and do that anyway, so to work anyway to sort that out. But I went off and done all that, and when I came here this morning, now this is like 6 o'clock in the morning now, the lights were still on. So I actually left all the lights on with the intention of coming back, and it never happened. But anyway, I'm going to bring down and show you the votes. What's the vote on? You'll see a few interesting sneaky things down here as well, but not sneaky as in I'm trying to keep secret, just things that have been worked on, as well as you'll see. Right, so let's start over here. So we have the Blood Crushers, okay, which is the corn guys riding the demons. We have the Immortals. We have the Illuminar dude, big Necron guy as everyone keeps calling him. We have the Chaos Lord there. We have the Bladeguard Veterans. We have the Eradicators. We have the Primaris Ancient. We have the Judicar, which is the guy with the sword there. We have the, I think these two are captains. One has the shield. Yeah, it's a fantastic sculpt. The other one just has the sword and the plasma pistol. We have the Skitarii Rangers. Yeah, so you can see some of the other bits and pieces that are just coming out. Well, they'll give you a good look. Yeah, so this, I mean, this guy here is actually an Eldar or Eldari now, but Eldar it's Guardian, I suppose. But he used to have the anti-grav gun. It's one of the crew for the anti-grav gun. It's half a Wraith, there's a Wraith Lord starting to come together. Anyway, yeah, so Skitarii Rangers, there's Demonettes, there's the Engine Seer at the back there, the guy with the big axe. There's the Cultists still sitting there. There's Seekers. There is the Chaos Chosen guys there. Even though I think this guy at the front here, I still haven't even looked at the Codex to see, you know, if it could be used for something different. And there's Mr. Ra at the back there. So as you can see, there's still a lot of the old stuff there, but there's a few new things to vote on. And there's the Wildcard. The Wildcard was voted on not last week, the week before, and it was the big Jabberswife. Absolutely fantastic model. I really enjoyed painting it, and it looks fantastic, and it gave me an opportunity to use experiment with a lot of different paints, different Chronos paints. I absolutely love it. So how do you do the voting? All you do is comment on this video to say to me what model or models unit you want me to paint. I'll take the votes at 12 o'clock Friday midday. Now if I look on it and it's 1 o'clock, it's 1 o'clock. It's, you know, it's not a big, it's not a major issue. It's just, you know, like that's whenever I get a chance to look at it, I look at it. And whatever has the most votes, I paint for Monday. If I don't, if there's more than one vote on different things, same number of votes on different models, you know, different choices, I do a dice roll off. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, chuck a comment below, and I'll answer it on next week's week Wednesday. If you're not confident, don't chuck it below. Go to Unique Wargaming Training Facebook page. On there, you can there's a message button. You can click on that and message me directly. If you message me anything on Messenger, I will not say, "Oh, this person said," you know. But in all honesty, sometimes, most of the time, I forget who's commented what to me and asked me what. I just write it down. You know, the wife used to write down for me, but I write down myself now. Yeah, don't panic. If you write something below, there is no wrong questions, no silly questions. So guys, until next time, please like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.